Hey guys, it's me Max Rainbow and I'm back for another video. So today I am super duper excited because I am finally going to be bringing you all my official top 19 for Junior Eurovision 2019. I have thought long and hard on these reactions. They are based on a multitude of factors, anywhere from the song itself to if I have heard their live performances and them as people and performers, as well as the message behind these songs, the overall aesthetic, all of that. These are my official rankings before the live performances. We have not seen anything for the live performances yet, at least as of me filming this video. Who knows how long it's going to take for me to edit this. But yeah, I'm going to basically be going through my top 19 from 19 down to my number one spot and just talking about each entry very, very briefly and mainly giving my reasonings behind why I put them in the place that I did. Less about my opinions on the song. You can watch my reactions to each song for those specifically. But yeah, this is probably going to be a longer video, so without further ado, let's get right into my rankings. Alright, so coming in my 19th place, my last place, this is always so difficult. However, my last place is none other than Portugal. I gotta say, Joanna is probably one of the most adorable contestants this year. She is so just endearing in her charisma as a performer and everything like that, and the message behind the song is so lovely. You guys know how much it means to me personally, the message behind the song. But unfortunately, this is just the song that I listen to the least. This is the song that I forget about. This is the song that I just, when it comes on, I generally skip it. I will say that this year there is no song that I vehemently dislike, whereas last year there were quite a few songs that I was like, I don't like this. None of the songs this year have that adverse reaction for me. For example, last year with Armenia and the Netherlands, I really didn't like those entries. However, this year, even my last place with Portugal, I still really do enjoy the song. I think it's very cute. I like it as an entry, but somebody unfortunately has to be in 19th place, and I just feel like there's a lot of raw edges behind the song. They're clearly not going to revamp this before the competition or anything like that, so just kind of we got what we got. I feel like the song is really cute, but it's just not something that I'm gonna be listening to for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? So in my 18th place is none other than Italy's. So again, another song that's kind of about the earth. It's weird because those are really, there's a lot of songs like that, and they're definitely spread across my rankings. For me, this song, again, I like it, it's cute. You know, when I think about each song individually, I'm like, I really like that. That's probably gonna be high up in my rankings, but then when I do my rankings and I'm like, is this song better than this one? Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. And then suddenly you're the second to last place. I like this. I think it's cute. Marta is adorable. She's very charismatic as a performer. She has an amazing voice. The song just doesn't do it for me. It's not very memorable. It's good. It's nice when I listen to it. I don't necessarily skip it or anything like that, but it's just not my favorite, and I'm not actively looking to listen to it, if that makes sense. I'm not going, oh my god, I really want to listen to La Voce della Terra, but it is very catchy. The fact that I know the title and I don't have to look at it is saying something. In my 17th place is none other than Albania. Again, this is a song where I was like, oh, this is gonna be higher up in my rankings. I don't necessarily dislike it, and then the more I do my rankings, I'm just like, oh, no. I have it above Italy because I just feel like it has more power and it is more memorable. I do think about the song, and every once in a while I do click on it and I want to listen to it, so it definitely has that going for it. I'm a little bit nervous about staging. I feel like Albania in Junior Eurovision just doesn't really do it with the staging. They're never really going out there. They don't seem to have a very high budget. Most years, and especially this year, they just don't seem to have a very high budget, so I'm not expecting much from the staging. Though a song like this, I don't feel like really needs a lot of expensive staging. It just needs very intimate shots so we can see her emotion and everything like that, but I just don't have faith that they're going to do that. I feel like the issue is these are all little kids, so they're small. They're physically small, and then when you put a little kid on a big stage and then they're gonna do faraway shots, it's just gonna look a mess. You guys know. But I'm just saying that out of pure speculation. I don't know if they're gonna do that. So I shouldn't be ranking it based on that, but I just don't have high hopes for this. These are not predictions, by the way. This is just my personal opinion. I don't really like to do predictions because you never really know what the results are gonna be. Again, I think that Isaiah is very charismatic. She's a lovely person. I've spoken to her a little bit on social media and she's amazing. She's such a kind girl. So it breaks my heart to put her so low in my rankings, but again, it's just somebody has to go there. I still like all of the songs. I still like the song. It's a nice ballad and it's memorable. And I like like the chorus, I like aspects of the song. So in my 16th place is none other than Russia's entry. So I put Russia in 16th place for me because it's again one of those songs that I just don't have much of an opinion on. It's a fine song. It's very generic though. And I feel like that's what generally a lot of the entries that I have in my lower rankings are this year. They're not necessarily bad songs. I don't necessarily hate them, but they just don't necessarily stand out enough for me to put them higher in their rankings. This is just a song that I feel like is too middle ground generic. It makes it really, really hard for me to actually like form an opinion and everything on this song. And again, when I'm listening to all the junior Eurovision songs, this is one that I don't necessarily actively want to click on because it's just like there's so many other songs that are more powerful as a ballad or more fun as a bop, and this one's just kind of in the middle. And it's not, I'm usually not in a middle kind of mood to listen to a middle ground kind of song. You know what I mean? But the reason why I have it above Albania is because I am far more hopeful with the staging and with the aesthetic that they are going to bring to the stage. And I did really, really enjoy the music video. It really blew my mind and made me love the song even more. So that's why I have it in my 16th place. So now in my 15th place, I have Wales. So now we are kind of moving more into songs that I enjoy a little bit more. Like these are kind of like my like songs. Like these are in the middle. I put Wales here because I like the song. I think that it's really nice. It's cheerful. It's happy when it comes on. I don't turn it off. I enjoy listening to the song. It is fun. The reason why it's on the lower spectrum of those songs that I enjoy is just because it's, again, a little bit more generic. It's not as exciting. It's just kind of like, you know, a song that I can listen to and vibe to and like bop back and forth, but at the end of the day, it's not necessarily grabbing my attention enough, but I do like it and I'm excited to see how they stage it because Wales killed staging last year. So in my 14th place is none other than Australia. Honestly, I'm very, very surprised for Australia to be so low in my rankings this year because generally I really, really love them and they're one of my favorite countries in the contest. Again, I don't necessarily think that their song is bad whatsoever. In fact, I really, really enjoy it and I do listen to it a lot. It's just, again, it's kind of generic. It's just a fine song. I really like it though, and I really want to see it live because I think that he is going to be an amazing performer. I mean, he told me on Instagram, he said, I'm going to bring it live. So I want to see that, Jordan. I want to see you bring it. Of course, I want every single kid to succeed. If everybody could get top 10, I wish they could, but not everybody can, and that's just the unfortunate reality of a competition. But yeah, I don't love the song, but I don't hate it. It's just a little bit generic and simple, but it's above Wales for me because it has a more fresh contemporary production to it. It's more of something I could hear on the radio rather than Wales is a little bit dated. So in 13th place is none other than the Netherlands. So with the Netherlands, I actually really like their song. I think that it's a fun bop. It has some different elements to it that make me really enjoy it and set it apart from a lot of the other entries in Junior Eurovision. So for that reason, I do really like it, and it is in the higher end of my like kind of middle ground songs. I do like it. I like Matthew as a performer, and I think that that's the best part of this song is just Matthew as a performer. I think that he's very, very charismatic, and he's just a good kid. He actually messaged me when I announced that I was going to the Netherlands and he was like, oh my gosh, like you're going to the Netherlands, that's so exciting. I was just like, that's cool. Like he's just a nice kid and he's charismatic, and you know what, that is really the selling point of the song for me personally. This is the type of song, because it is very fun and upbeat, that you can really let your personality shine through and it really sells the song. So that is why I put the Netherlands in 13th place. In my 12th place is none other than Kazakhstan. It actually pains me to have Kazakhstan so low in my rankings, though for me it's pretty high because I really, really enjoy this song. I think that this is really, really good quality. I think that Yerzan is an amazing performer. This little, tiny little kid, I don't know how old he is, but he is so small, but with such a powerful voice. He is an amazing performer, and I'm really excited to see him on the live stage and see what Kazakhstan brings because I really, really like the song. I love the ethnic instruments. I think it is so unique. The only thing about this is it just doesn't have the same replayability factors as a lot of the other songs. I don't find myself actively trying to listen to the song, but I love it as an overall package when watching the music video, and I really like technical elements of the song like the instrumental and his voice, which is why I'm really excited to see it live. So that is the reason why I put Kazakhstan in my 12th place. And in my 11th place is none other than my ancestors' home turf, Ireland. Again, this is a song I really like. Like, for me, 11th place is not low by any means. I really enjoy this song, and it seems like the fandom really likes it too. I have been loving listening to this song lately. It's been very rainy in my town, and this is just like the perfect song to listen to when you're walking on your way to work through the trees and the fall leaves are falling and it's kind of trickling rain, and it's just like a very nice vibe for that. Personally, for me, the only reason I don't have it higher is because it's just not as impactful. It just doesn't have as much boom to it as some other songs, which make me remember them and make me want to listen to them over and over again. There are some songs on this list, which I will get to, that I listen to on repeat. It ends, I go back and I keep listening to it over and over and over again. This is not a song like that, but when it comes on, I do enjoy it. I do sometimes play it, but just for one listen, and then I keep going. So that is the reason why I only have it in 11th place. So now we are entering my top 10. So in my 10th place is none other than Belarus. I put Belarus in my 10th place because this is a really good song. This is a bop. I love Lisa's style. I love the style over all of the music video, and I really enjoy the revamp. Maybe it's because it's fresh on my mind and I just reacted to it, but I've really been enjoying listening to the song even before the revamp. I was really enjoying it. It's fun, it's upbeat, it knows what it's doing. It's just meant to be a fun song that makes you want to get up and dance. And I imagine it's going to be a really nice visual package on the live stage because Lisa and their entire team, they've been showing amazing work with the aesthetics, with the styling, and also with dancing and everything like that. It's just been looking amazing, so I just can't wait to see it live on the stage. So in my 9th place is none other than Malta. I've really been enjoying this song a lot more than I did when I first reacted to it, and that is why it is in my 9th place, because it really is a grower for me. This is a song that I just wasn't the biggest fan of when I first listened to it, but my god, the more I've listened to it, the more I have sat down and just taken it all in. I really enjoy this song. Honestly, it's kind of the same thing that happened with Chameleon in Eurovision 2019 for Malta. I didn't love it the first time I listened to it because I didn't like that drop, but the more you listen to it, the drop isn't it's not as disappointing because you know what's gonna come and then you just can enjoy it for what it is. The more I've listened to this, the more I've really enjoyed it. I love the Maltese. I really hope that they bring more Maltese into the competition because I love the language, and I really like Eliana as a performer. I love, again, her style. She's awesome, she's cool, she's a charismatic girl, and the song is honestly a bop. It's very modern and fresh. You can kind of see the influences from Malta 2019 for Eurovision as well as Junior Eurovision. I just feel like you can see the kind of influences of, like, they're going for a more radio-friendly kind of song that you could hear being played anywhere and not just in Eurovision or Junior Eurovision, and I really like that they're doing that because it's created some really respectable entries for Malta in this last year. So in my 8th place is none other than Georgia. Out of all of the entries, this one I can really see zooming up even higher in my rankings because Georgia usually really brings it with their staging. They always bring it with Junior Eurovision, and I really like this song. I know the fandom doesn't seem to be the most keen to it, but honestly, I can't stop listening to it. I play this over and over again. I love Georgie's personality, him as a performer. He's so charismatic, and the song is just so different. And this song is so different than all of the rest, and that is really why I love it, and that's why it stands out for me, because there's not a single song I think in all of Junior Eurovision that has sounded like this, but it also is so clearly Georgian. It kind of brings that wacky flair that they like to bring to Eurovision. I love the Georgian language, of course, and it's just a good song. It's fun, it's cute, it's just really pleasant to listen to. It's upbeat, it makes me smile when I listen to it. I just really love Georgia's entry this year. Alright, so in my 7th place, maybe this is a little bit controversial, but it is North Macedonia. I really love this entry. It is such a modern pop ballad. I totally see the Sia influences that you all keep telling me. I love her voice. I love that growl. I feel like I didn't explain it enough in my reaction to it, but I love that growl in her voice. Oh, it just, like, you feel it. You feel the emotion that she is singing to you. The way that she sells the song and all of that. I just love her aesthetic. I love pretty much all aspects of this song. I think that most of you guys probably wish that it was higher. I know a lot of fans really love their entry this year, and I do really like it. There's just a couple other songs that stand out even more for me and that impact me even more. But I really love Macedonia's entry this year. It's probably their best Junior Eurovision entry they've ever sent. And honestly, with Macedonia, I feel like they're one of those countries where I'm like, gosh, I wish y'all sent these songs to Eurovision, because this would be an amazing Eurovision song as as well. And that is something that I really love, is that this is like a respectable piece of music. It's not like, oh, this is a kid, so like, oh, that's cute for a kid. No, this is a really good song, period. So yeah, that is why I have Macedonia in my 7th place. And in 6th place, I have one of y'all's favorites, and that is Poland. So I put Poland in 6th place, which for me is really high. I love this song. I listen to it over and over again. Again, this is one of those songs that I listen to and it gets to the end and I go, oh, hold on. I want to listen to that one more time. Oh, I want to listen to that a 3rd time. I listen to this song sometimes on repeat. I really like it. It's a fresh, modern, I feel like radio-friendly song. I mean, this is something that I could really see winning, I guess, because it's just so, like, if they staged this amazingly, I could see this being a song that actually hits the charts in some countries. I mean, maybe not the US, but like, I could actually see this hitting the chart because it's just a radio-friendly pop song. The aesthetics and everything of the music video make me really excited to see what they do on the live stage as well. I love Vicky as a performer. She's very striking and she's very interesting to watch. So overall, I really like Poland's entry this year for Junior Eurovision. All right, so now we are moving into my top 5. So in my 5th place is Ukraine. I put Ukraine in my 5th place because I just love it. This is one of those songs that has really grown on me. I was honestly expecting Ukraine to be in the bottom half of my rankings when I first reacted to it that first time. Again, like Malta, this is one of those songs where just the more I listened to it, the more I started to love it. I feel like with a lot of songs that are kind of like this, that are more chill, it takes a couple listens to really appreciate the subtle nuances of the song, of the instrumental, stuff like that. And one thing I want to point out is I really love how they somehow remain very relaxed throughout the entire song, but you still feel that building up into a crescendo. And that is what I really appreciate. I guess the way I can explain that is like, she goes, and that's the first chorus. And then in the second bit of the chorus, she goes, yeah. You know, it builds and it keeps going until you have that boom moment. And I love that because in a lot of songs that are trying to be very more relaxed and chill, you don't get those moments. They're just trying to be, you know, a vibe. And that's what I thought it was, but you know what, the more I listened to it, the more I appreciated those little details that made it build and bigger and bigger and bigger. So honestly, I really love Ukraine's entry this year. I didn't expect them to be in my top 5, but it's really grown on me, so yeah. And in my 4th place is none other than Serbia. This song is just outstanding. It is one of the best songs that touches on climate change and those sort of things. And I feel like this one is kind of the most direct. It's not hiding behind anything. It's very much just coming out and saying, we need to save the earth, y'all. Y'all, time is running out. We need to save this planet. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the candidness of this song, how bold it is. And I love Daria. I love Daria as a performer. She is just amazing, and she's also the sweetest thing in the world. She is so nice. I can't even explain. She is so awesome. I'm very happy because I haven't really liked a lot of Serbia's entries, and so I was expecting kind of the same thing. But I gotta say, I can't stop listening to their entry this year. It is so powerful. I love the message. And yeah, that's why I have it in my 4th place. In my 3rd place is also a lot of people's winners, and that is none other than Spain. It's really hard to kind of pick between all of these songs when there's so many good quality ones. Spain is one of those ones where I'm just like, this could win. This could really win. And honestly, that's how I feel about my top 3. This could win. This probably will win, and I will not be mad if it wins. This is such a different song, and that's what makes me appreciate it so much. First of all, it's touching on the environment, and I really love that message, and I think that's a great message. And if it won, a song winning about, you know, the environment would just be outstanding. But also, I really love that it is showcasing a different kind of vocal. It's showcasing opera, and it's very experimental in that way because it's mixing this kind of pop ballad with a classic opera style of singing. And I really appreciate that, and it makes it so much more interesting. I really love this song, and once again, this is a song that I listen to over and over again. Replay, yeah. That's how I feel about this song. I just can't stop listening to it, and it's one of those ones that the more and more I listen to it, better it gets, I suppose, because I've listened to this so many times, and I just love it more and more each time. All right, and in my 2nd place is actually one that was my winner for quite some time, but only recently was bumped down to my 2nd place, and that is, oh my god, it might be a little bit shocking, That is France. For me, this song is just outstanding. This is probably the one that I'm really rooting for to win because I don't necessarily anticipate my first place winning. Though, of course, it's my first place. I want it to win. But this one is just so, oh my gosh. Talk about replay. Like, I've been saying I was replaying a couple of these songs, but Bim Bam Toi quickly became my most streamed song on Spotify just a week after I listened to it for the first time. I literally probably listened to this, I believe, maybe 30 times in the first 24 hours from when I heard the song. I couldn't stop listening to it. I loved it so much. I would just replay it over and over again every time I was walking to work, walking home from work. It has the perfect beat to like strut to. It's fun, it's quirky, it's different. I love Carla as a performer. She's so charismatic. I just love every aspect of this song. It's just insane. Like, this is just what I want a junior Eurovision entry to be. It feels childish in that way, but also is still mature. Like, I don't feel like this is goofy or anything like that. This is like fun and exciting. It gives me very much the vibes of like when I first listened to Toy by Netta. It's just like, I couldn't stop listening to it. There were so many aspects to it. It was goofy, it was different, it was weird, and it was trying to be all those things, and it was fully accepting like that it was being weird. And I just love this. I love this so much, and I would not be surprised if it won. The only reason it was bumped down is honestly because I think I listened to it a little bit too much. I still love it, but it just, I might need to take a little break from listening to it because I think I overplayed it a little bit for me. And then in my first place is none other than Armenia. Yeah, so this is a very recent sort of revelation that Armenia is in my first place. I always really, really loved this song, and it was my first place basically till I heard France. But only recently have I kind of overplayed France's song, so that bumped that down a little bit. And only recently did they put this song on Spotify, and now this is my new Bim Bam Toi because I cannot stop replaying this. When I tell you, I was doing dishes at my job, and so when I work in the back doing dishes, I can put in my headphones and just listen to music, and I literally had this just playing on repeat over and over again, and I was doing the choreography. I was like, like I was doing the little like when I was doing dishes. I love this song so much. I can't stop listening to it. I love the Armenian instruments to it. This is a fun, powerful ballad bop. It's like the perfect mixture of a bop, ballad, ethnic. It's Armenian. It is just, oh my god, and Karina as a performer. After I saw that music video, it just was like over for me. Like, this song is my new winner because I just love every single aspect of this. There's not a single thing wrong. I have been listening to it over and over and over again. This was one of the first junior Eurovision entries that I listened to, and I have not gotten tired of it yet. I love it so much. It's catchy, it's entertaining. It is just amazing. Armenia knows what they're doing, and I cannot wait to see this live at Eurovision. So yeah, guys, that is it for my top 19 for Junior Eurovision 2019. Don't forget to leave in the comments down below what you thought about my rankings and what your personal rankings are for this year. I want to know who you guys are really, really loving and who you guys aren't really feeling. I love getting that kind of feedback from you all. And as usual, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any other video that I do. Also, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter at maxxyrainbow so you don't miss out on any posts, polls, live streams, anything like that. And yeah, guys, my name is Maxxy Rainbow. I will see you all later. Goodbye. Mwah.